chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze.
Coach, as the 2019 regular season starts speeding toward a conclusion, not too many games remain to be played here in Oakland, California. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Oakland Raiders. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green with touchdown number 8 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. What a grab. What a single-handed grab by A.J. Green. I'll tell you, gloves or no gloves, that was impressive.
It really was, and let's face it, anyone who's throwing the ball to A.J. Green is going to put it up there for him. They don't care if he goes up two-handed or one-handed, as we just saw there. They expect him to come down with the ball in a fight with a defensive back, and A.J. Green does it as well as anyone. Knows how to maneuver his body in the air and has the strength to haul it in one-handed, as we just saw.
Let's go.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. From the gun, it's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Throwing now is Carr. And he's going to go down again. Andrew Billings, he's the one that drops him this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
Well, it's apparent that these guys are getting after it right from the opening kickoff. They roll right downfield and score on their first possession. And here on defense, back-to-back sacks. Someone is ready to play.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Carr going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. They run it with a rookie from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Bengals grab it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. You got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
The 20. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A.J. Green, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Carr. This is caught by Antonio Brown. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. On 1st down, Carr. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jalen Richard. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as they are now on the board here in the first half. No problem there on the extra point. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. never even got to it.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. A reminder that coming up later tonight, a good one on Sunday Night Football. We'll see what could have been a playoff matchup a season ago. The Bears and the Rams from L.A. And then tomorrow night, Monday Night Football from down in Mexico. Mexico City, to be precise. The Chiefs and the Chargers going at it. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. So Dalton now. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Space to maneuver at the 40. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Dalton now to pass. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Cleveland Farrell just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. He's got Green. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 30. Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Dalton here from the gun. Green with a catch left side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Here we go. Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Austin Seferian-Jenkins, 79 yards. As his guys are back within a single score. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Now Dalton. And Green with a catch left side. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
Well, it's real easy to ascertain that in the game plan, Andy Dalton to A.J. Green was deemed vital.
And it certainly was the focal point of the defense. They just had trouble with it. Most teams do.
Well, that just tells you how good it is. These guys have grown together, coming into the Bengals, getting together early, and continuing to get better. Doesn't matter what defenses put out there. They feel like they have an answer for it.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Push him back. Push him back.
Dalton throwing on second down. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon, pushing his way inside the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Andy Dalton. Green's got it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Andy Dalton now 10 of 10 to start the game. How about that? As he comes up on a 1st and 10. Passing, it's Dalton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for...
Looking for Brett, intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Abram, the rookie from Mississippi State. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
On play action, it's Carr. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for the rookie Paris Campbell, and it'll bring up third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Carr now to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
They do go for it. It's Carr. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Encroachment, defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Green. 12 yards there and a 1st down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And Bullock will put this one through. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
You go tight. You got tight.
They'll run on 1st down. Richard. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Sean Williams there defensively to break that one up. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 21. So they were able to put the pen to the paper this week, get this deal done, contract extension. And I'm sure that the coach's front office happy. He's got to be happy too, though.
He's got to be relieved. He doesn't have to worry about moving now. Doesn't have to worry about not having a team. He's
trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Then a catch made by Kenny Britt. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. He gets this one to Boyd. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Let's go. Let's go.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Now Joe Mixon. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Here's Dalton. This will be caught at about the 6. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
AD to AJ. And it's been like that throughout this game. And I think it's a huge reason why they are in the lead.
I like that. AD to AJ, Andy Dalton to AJ Green. Such a tough cover, and they are proving it here in this one. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Andy Dalton with his third touchdown pass of the game. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead.
Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the drive there. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. Carr now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jacobs. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Carr now on first down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. In for the score. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. They go for just one here as it's up and good, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it ends with an Oakland touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone, and he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The first down throw coming for Dalton. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play, one-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Bengals.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on the... Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He's coming, double up.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones.
Mike 52. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. You're mine. Come on here.
Carr will try it again on 2nd down. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. This is caught. It's Ryan Brand. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 40. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the... Coach, as the 2019 regular season starts speeding toward a conclusion, not too many games remain to be played here in Oakland, California. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Oakland Raiders. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey, hey, hey. You got three down.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Open man is Uzama.
Holding offense.
So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Dalton here from the gun. Got an open man at C.J. Uzama. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Green with a catch left side. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, got stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
Caught here left side by Brad. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Another chance for Dalton. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 41-yard line.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game?
Dalton on target here to Uzama. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. This will be Dalton again. This one hauled in by Sample. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. Dalton now to pass. And eventually he's taken down here. Great coverage downfield, resulting in the sack. Maurice Hurst able to record his 5th sack of the season. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Bullock's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
That forces 4th down. Now Carr. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. He chucks him aside.
Dumped him.
Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to 4th down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost fell.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, 1st down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The product of Jersey City, Tahir Whitehead on the sack.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Dalton on the draw to Mixon. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On fourth down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. He's going to field this at the 4. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now, meanwhile, here's his second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. On third down, Carr. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Hey, Alpha. 57, come on.
Here we go on 4th down with Carr. That one caught. It's the rookie Hunter Renfrow. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. And partner, I'm not... To throw on third down. Carr. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24. First 9 seasons in the league for Brown were, of course, in Pittsburgh. Last year, though, growing concerns of his dissatisfaction in his role with the Steelers and the quibbles with Ben Roethlisberger. So he ends up being traded to the Raiders in March. 7-time Pro Bowler, 6 straight years of at least 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. Not a bad stretch. What a talent for Derek Carr to have on his side. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hand me. Get down. Watch the twist.
Shotgun now for Carr. This is Carr. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Austin Seferian Jake. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one.
Lady, check 56. You ain't going nowhere.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
He's going to fire one deep, trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Pick 6 all day.
I tell you, Brandon.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Man open left side is Brown. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards on the play. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Carr. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it.
Down. 180. Pick me up. Hey, 734. Lucky. Deuce right, Chief. Come on, switch it. 808.
So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Carr. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Carr now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Working from the gun. It's Carr. And complete over the middle. Safarian Jenkins. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really... And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carl Lawson able to put an end to that play, and in so doing puts an end to this third quarter.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? They go with Jacobs. Past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So out come the Raiders. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Josh Jacobs, 78 yards, as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. A very important extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. So they hit pay dirt. On first down, it's Jacobs. Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a one-point game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Raiders on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Carr to throw. The quick slant caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Antonio Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch. And he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
To throw, it's Carr. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr gives to Richard. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Carr going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw is Carr. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Sean Williams there defensively to break that one up.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Hatch it. Hatch it. Hey, 734.
Now Carr. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
What down? 180. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. 734.
Back to throw. Carr. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Carr going to throw here. His throw caught right around the 6. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though. A few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the fourth quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball, holding them when they needed to, and finding ways to get points when they had the football.
So for Oakland, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3, and they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.